Welcome to Inclusivity Unlocked, the podcast that's all about inclusion and diversity. This is the second episode of our podcast, Story of a Syrian Refugee, Finding a New Beginning. I'm your host, Asya, and I'm joined once again by our guest, Elian. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the previous episode where we dove into Elian's journey from Syria, explored the difficulties he faced adapting to a new country and culture, and discussed the psychological challenges many migrants experience during such a life-changing transition. In today's episode, we'll delve deeper into the theme of tolerance. We discuss practical ways to welcome newcomers, how to engage with migrants, and the essential topic of building friendships across cultures. Also, we invite you to subscribe on our YouTube channel to support the activity of Association Explorator. So, let's jump right in.
Do you have other friends who are refugees in Craiova? Do you have kind of community that supports you?
Yeah, of course. So, but as I say, I didn't feel strange, okay? Maybe when you say, okay, I get refugee, maybe some people, oh my God, you get refugee, but no, here I didn't feel strange, or maybe it's a strange rare, or I can do it, I get refugee, I feel sad for myself, I get refugee. No, I didn't feel that. And for every Romanian people, I told them, I have refugee, and they say, so it's okay. It's like everything in the life, so
But I think you're like a person who looks in this kind of perspective, like, for me, you're very, like, going on and working person, you know? If there is a challenge, you will just overcome it somehow and, like, make a better version of yourself, even though it sounds very cheesy. But it's great, I think, to have when you're like immigrant or refugee and you're just changing your place of living, just to have both friends who share your experience of being a refugee, for example, of immigrant, but at the same time just people who already from here, you know, because they given. It happened with me, I think, this way while I was like while I'm volunteering here. I also have a group of Romanian friends or acquaintances. I need them just to have some kind of new discussions to understand what's Romania about. Because if we're gathering only with the volunteering community, we usually discuss the same topics like where did you come here, or what are your plans after? And sometimes when we're having these discussions like non-stop, each time we gather together, I'm like, guys, can't we like share something else? But of course it's still interesting for us because we're from different cultures, we share it better, and probably with Romanian I just discuss, I don't know, general topics from like news or our common interests.
Exactly for that, And as I say in my classes when preparatory year, I say I have a lot of friends from Serbia, and of course I have a great discussion with them, but when I have this discussion with my friends who get refugee, of course I feel another thing, because we have these common things, and especially for refugee things, you know, because maybe we have some specific things.
You share tips how to survive.
Exactly, how to get there and what's the problems for us. And of course, sometimes it will be useful because maybe some friends told me, don't do that, maybe, or don't say that in the interview when you get a refugee, don't say that for them, because maybe, you know, sometimes, and say that, don't say that, don't do that, do that, So it's specific things. And also, you know, from my friends who get refugee, of course I have positive friends and negative friends. When we say that, I have one friend, he say, okay, I get refugee, okay, Romanian people, they are work with me like a refugee. Why? It's the bent for you. If you want to be this person, if you want to have connection with this culture, if you have connection to have discussion with Romanian people, of course you are not feeling you are a refugee in this country and you are feeling uncomfortable in this country. It depends on you.
But another thing that I noticed talking with like Romanians, just friends, that they sometimes don't understand the difficulty that comes with moving for a long time somewhere abroad. Of course, Romanians themselves actually migrate a lot. Like most of young people that I met, not most of, but a couple of them totally were directly saying to me, hey, I want to move myself, like Germany, Netherlands also. And I was like, okay, but still, until they have this experience, they don't know. Like, I had a mental breakdown at some point, just in the middle of my project, because I got tired.
Of course.
I can't speak with anyone here in my mother language, and only my mom or my family on the phone, but talking on the phone a different thing.
Yeah.
And so when I met someone who spoke Russian here, I was like, oh my
Oh my
God,
God, I need you.
yes,
I need you.
don't
Yeah.
go away, we need like small chit chat.
Yeah.
And I think that like people who don't have this experience, they really can't fully connect with what you're experiencing. And this is why I'm also saying like it's great to have a person to share like the tips,
Yep,
and the one just to hang out with, to also forget some of your traumatizing or not traumatizing but harsh periods, and also try to share it with others, because they should also know, to be honest, what other people facing
Yeah.
by being refugees. Like, not to only hear it from news, you know.
Yeah.
It's great to have an example in front of you,
Yeah,
especially a
so-
strong one.
Yeah, maybe I can say, okay, from the first day when I arrived, okay, I know it's a new country, but I feel, oh my God, yeah, I stand like I don't understand anything. It's not just for the language, and this is for a culture, for a country, for everything. Yeah, I know, oh my God, it's my family in Syria, I will not back. Yeah, I cannot look for this way I back, because if I will look back, I will back.
Yes.
And I don't need that. And I don't need that, because when I say I will come to Romania, of course, I will start from zero, okay? So I will start from new life, okay? So why I will look for my life before? I don't need that. For the first time I stayed in the campus, it's like for the student here, and it wasn't great, but and also I will so understand, okay, this is new people, I live with them in this room, and so I need to understand this culture for maybe for the first problems, when we need to understand the culture for our roommates. So this is for the first time, so we need to understand, because maybe sometimes we don't can say
It's a difficult topic, but I really liked the term that you use, like starting from zero.
Yeah.
And this is what's really damaging for myself, because I thought in my own country that I achieved something even as a student, you know. I was studying in a good university, doing some interesting researches, and coming here I was that all enthusiastic, and I thought, okay, I can share with people how cool I am. But coming here, I understand that if I still want to remain here and maybe do something inside of the European Union, I will totally start from zero. No one's interested where I worked
Exactly.
before, what did I do, which projects. For them, it's just like the name of my university, just the sound that doesn't care for anyone. And I was so frustrated by it that somehow at first I was like, no, I don't want to do anything anymore. I will just, it might be easier just to go home when everyone will understand how cool I am. And then I thought, no, it's another type of challenge you need to overcome, because it might happen again and again. What if, okay, Romania seems like a beautiful option right now. We enjoy this country, the culture, everything.
Yeah.
But what if it happens so that at some point for a new job, you would like to move somewhere else? And you will again need to adapt. Maybe we're just this type of people who will travel all their life. So yeah. But are you considering like that in some time you might move somewhere else? Having already this experience, will it be harder for you?
Of course.
Still harder.
Of course,
You don't
When
think
we
that
say,
each country like makes it easier for
because when we say start from zero, because so we left everything in our countries, okay? And now in the past we don't look for these things. Everything it's like, okay, we can say bye-bye for them. And now here from the zero, okay? And it's okay, it's my first year here, but I do hard work maybe for everything. Okay, I'm interested in art, I do some arts, for pencil arts, like portrait and some things. So I need to work hard for that, to show people, okay, like I cannot say for myself I'm an artist, but I can say, okay, I do art, okay? So I need to show people, okay, I do my art, so, but I need to work hard and to be special. Maybe when I say I work as a photographer, so I need a way to work with that, with photographing, to prove myself, to let everyone here to know me, okay? Because I can say I work like a way in my life. It's like from 0 to 1, okay? I not can say from 0 for 100, okay? Because when we say 100, he is the last one. So I wanted to be like from 0 to the first one in everything. So I'm working with that. Maybe when we say for the university, for everything, yeah. So when we're talking in the university now, so we have some things in mathematics, and actually when I was in the schools, I get the full marks for this mathematics, but because they are explain everything in Romanian, and I'm not speaking fluently for these things, especially for the mathematics, I need to prove myself for that, but it was very hard to prove myself.
More effort,
So because, and I saw a lot of students say, okay, I know that, but also I know that. But I need to prove myself, so also it's hard, yeah. So when I say for everything new I started, I say I wanted to give up for that. I just let me back to my home, okay? But after that I say no, as I say at the beginning, this is life, like a train. Of course, it will not waiting for anyone. Of course, it will not waiting for me.
While I was preparing, I actually was really surprised by the statistics nowadays. How many people are being migrants, and there is international organization for migration, and they give us the statistics that currently global estimate as about 281 million of immigrants, international immigrants in the world in 2020, which is like 3.6% of the global population. And overall, this number has increased over the past 5 decades. And previously, about 1990, it was 128. And nowadays, it's like twice more. And for me, it was a shocking point how much people really move. But of course, it's different type of movement. Some of us forced to do it, and trying to find like really safe place. Others do it, I think, for better opportunities, work and job. But with technology, I believe it also got much faster. And the planes and the ways of transportation also. I think a lot of us need somehow to be prepared. Even though people are not traveling themselves forever somewhere, you also need to know how to receive others in your country. And I prepared some small tips for people. And I wanted to discuss it with you. Maybe you can also share your opinion. So the first one, like the key point, is be patient and understanding. But it sounds all the time, everyone is like, be patient, be understanding. But what is it actually? And for me, and I think it's also a tip, be patient that the person really might not speak well, or be patient to speak with them more slowly, or like take a time, even though for all of us nowadays in this very capitalistic world, time is something essential and incredibly important. But if you really want to be a good host, just maybe wait a bit until it will be easier for a person to understand. And maybe use simple constructions, because Romanian, for example, it's also not that easy language with its like Slavic and Latin roots. For a lot of people it might be confusing, even if they're studying it for a long time. Also gestures can help. Understanding in a way that there are cultural differences, and that we all come from different cultural backgrounds, habits, costumes, and I think it's somehow important patiently to describe, hey, we're not doing this here, like in the European Union, because like of our laws or our costumes. And it's like play of both sides. Like you as an immigrant need to be understanding that it won't be here like you used to. But people who receive you as a community, they also should kind of understand that for you it might not be easy to adapt. Second is avoid stereotypes. We all do it. It's just about not generalizing and understand that you can actually find a lot of common points between you and other person, even though you come from different cultures. The third one is empathy and curiosity. Empathy is about asking about the journey. Like somehow, I think we gave a good example today, because your journey was incredibly interesting for me, and I would never imagine myself going through the same. And I think the emotional support is needed, and it's great when you offer it, not too much again, because the person probably can ask. But it's obvious that moving to another country can be overwhelming, and you might feel isolated a lot, because some of us introverts rather than extroverts, and it might be easy just to go out, we say like, just find someone on Tinder and go like as a friend even, or go in a pub and find friends, but not all people can do it just from their nature. The great thing that I would like to also have if I would come from Romania, like myself, not with this project, because they helped a lot with the paperwork. I would like to have someone who would give me tips on the administrative system, because bureaucracy in Europe and actually like everywhere is very high. So it's sometimes really frustrating to just even understand which papers do you need to bring. So if you have this guide in a new place who might show you the places, also the transportation, it's not that obvious, where you can apply for jobs even. It might be perfect. And also, if you can, it might be great as a host and the face of your country to try to involve the person in some social activities. As I said before, it might not be easy for a person to go out. So if you're really interested, or you see that someone needs help and you're okay with giving it, maybe just invite yourself for a cup of coffee, or on some kind of gathering. Try not to exclude this person if you like study together. If you're having a party, it still might be nice to like invite this person to try at least. Like, it's all about trying, and I think this is what the international relationships are about. Trying to find the common sense. They think that like we had the issue in association about respecting the identity, and sometimes it's really hard to pronounce the names. If you come from different cultures, like even for me, coming from Russia, Romanian names not that obvious from time to time. Of course, I got them much faster, I think, but because we have a lot of volunteers from Jordan, Egypt, their names were confusing. I'm so sorry, but I was trying, like, they were telling it, and I tried to hear it, and then to write it down in Cyrillic for myself, just how it's commonly sounds. So if the person tell you the name, don't be scared to re-ask it again and again and again. We can go, even though it seems embarrassing sometimes. But this way you will at least like respect and connect with the person better. And at the end of the day, you want to understand that someone calls you, not someone else. Maybe you can share some tips, if you have those, like while you're integrating into the society. What would you recommend people, like immigrants or refugees, to do in the European Union?
For the first thing, for respect for this country, because this country it's respected us, and actually, of course, I love Romania, and I want to say maybe thank you for my family and for Romania, because I'm here, because I wanted to say that, but I feel I'm a human here. I'm really human here. Because in this country, so because I feel this country respect me for everything, from government, from culture, from people, from everything. For everything, it's respect me. So of course I will respect that, because if we don't have respect, of course we will have mistakes in some things. Because maybe when we don't respect the time for maybe the professor in the university, so how I will expect for this person, he will do good things.
Back,
So when you understand the culture, it will be easy for you, because this is
not to be scared, to be curious,
of course,
and find out new stuff.
And also to make friends, because when this person who say I don't have friends, I think the problem maybe with this person, because especially for Romanian people, they are so kind. Maybe for the first time for me, I was alone in the university, and I sat there, and after that there's 3 students and come to me and they say we are colleagues here. If you wanted to sit with us and if you wanted to go to coffee with us. Also, when we need patience from people, also we need patience from these people who wanted to get refugee or immigrated or something. Also, we need to be patient for yourself because, okay, of course, I will not arrive for this country and I say I will be in the top of this country. Of course, that will be like in one day. That's happening in one day. So we need time for everything. We need time to understand the language, to understand the culture, how to make friends, how to make everything for that.
Thank you, Elian. I think
You're
it was
welcome.
a great discussion overall, and I'm really happy that you joined the podcast
you.
finally. Yeah, please subscribe on our YouTube channel to support us and give us a like on Spotify too. And we will see you next time to unlock the new topic. Yay!
See you.